Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is level A2, unit 20, lesson 3. In this lesson you're going to be learning words to describe parts of the body and also learning how to describe how you feel. Alright, so can you name these parts of the body? So we have the head, this is the neck, this would be his arm, his hand, his feet, his forehead, I believe it's pointing to, his ear, his chin, his waist and his heel, his hair, his shoulder, his back, his elbow, and his knee. So there are all the body parts that we named. And so what do we use these body parts for? So your head, you have to turn your head to be able to look in different directions. The neck also helps in moving your head. Use your arms to reach for things, your arms and hands to reach for things, your feet to walk, your ears to hear, your elbows and knees help you sit and bend. Alright, so you only have one body and you have to take care of it. We have this line to measure how much you agree or disagree with these statements. So we've got strongly disagree, agree, disagree, no opinion, agree, and strongly agree. And so these may be different for each person, but you can put where you either agree or don't agree with these statements on the line. I'll answer for myself and you can do the same. And again, your answers might be different than mine. It's important to exercise at least 5 times a week. I would say disagree for number 1. It's important to eat vegetables. I would agree. Play sports. It's good for your body and your mind. I would strongly disagree. I think there's other ways you can keep your mind and body healthy than sports. If you want to stay fit, don't sit down all day. That would be agree. You don't have to eat healthy food every day, but don't eat junk food. I guess I would agree with that. Don't eat sugar or foods that contain sugar. I disagree. And never spend a day sitting on the couch or sofa. I'd say disagree. Sometimes if you're sick or tired, you can spend a day just relaxing. So how do they feel? Try to match the sentences to the pictures. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So I feel exhausted. I work 10 hours each day. I think that would go with picture D. I twisted my ankle. It's painful. That would be picture A. My tooth hurts. I have a toothache. That's picture C. I feel sick. I think I ate something bad. That's picture B. So now we're going to listen to the first part of this conversation and you'll be listening for what's the problem.
Hello, Mr. Stevens. How can I help you?
Well, I haven't been feeling very well recently. I often get headaches, and sometimes I feel dizzy. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. I feel tired all the time.
Okay, so what's the problem? Well, he's telling the doctor that he gets headaches, he feels dizzy, and tired all of the time. All right, So now you're going to listen to what advice does the doctor gives him.
Hello, Mr. Stevens. How can I help you?
Well, I haven't been feeling very well recently. I often get headaches, and sometimes I feel dizzy. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. I feel tired all the time.
Don't worry. It probably isn't anything serious. When did you start getting headaches?
About 3 or 4 weeks ago. Before that, I hardly ever had a headache.
Okay. Have you changed your routine at all recently?
Well, actually, I started a new job last month. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Perhaps. Can you tell me about your daily routine? What time do you usually get up?
Well, when I started the new job, I started getting up earlier. Now I get up at 6 a.m. and I start work at 7 a.m.
Okay. Do you go to bed earlier?
No, that's just it. I still go to bed at 11 or 12.
Okay. What do you have for breakfast?
Well, now I don't have time. I just have 2 or 3 cups of coffee to help me wake up. I feel really sleepy every morning.
Okay. Well, I think you need to start going to bed earlier.
Okay,
And make sure you have some breakfast. Something simple like banana on toast or a fruit smoothie. And avoid drinking so much coffee.
okay. Thanks very much for your advice.
Okay, so the advice that the doctor gives, she tells him to go to bed a little earlier, to have breakfast, and to not drink so much coffee. All right, so, and then answer the questions. I'll play it again just in case you need to listen again. If you don't, you can just answer the questions and skip this next part of the video.
Hello, Mr. Stevens. How can I help you?
Well, I haven't been feeling very well recently. I often get headaches, and sometimes I feel dizzy. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. I feel tired all the time.
Don't worry. It probably isn't anything serious. When did you start getting headaches?
About 3 or 4 weeks ago. Before that, I hardly ever had a headache.
Okay. Have you changed your routine at all recently?
Well, actually, I started a new job last month. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Perhaps. Can you tell me about your daily routine? What time do you usually get up?
Well, when I started the new job, I started getting up earlier. Now I get up at 6 a.m. and I start work at 7 a.m.
Okay. Do you go to bed earlier?
No, that's just it. I still go to bed at 11 or 12.
Okay. What do you have for breakfast?
Well, now I don't have time. I just have 2 or 3 cups of coffee to help me wake up. I feel really sleepy every morning.
Okay. Well, I think you need to start going to bed earlier.
Okay,
And make sure you have some breakfast. Something simple like banana on toast or a fruit smoothie. And avoid drinking so much coffee.
okay. Thanks very much for your advice.
All right, so when did John start getting headaches? The answer is B, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And what does John say about starting his new job? Answer is A, he gets up at 6 a.m. All right, so now we can talk a little bit about how we talk about aches and pains. When you go to the doctor, sometimes they'll ask you what's the problem. So you could say, I feel sick, or my back hurts, I feel pain in my stomach, she has a headache. All right, so what do you think each person says to the doctor? So the boy here, so he might say, I have a toothache. This person might be saying, my neck hurts. This lady might be saying, my arm hurts. And this person might be saying, my throat hurts. Okay, so now Dr. Mead sees her next patient. So what's the problem? How does the doctor describe it? And what will they talk about next?
Hello. How can I help you?
I've hurt my ankle. Look.
Oh, yes. It's quite swollen. What happened?
Okay, so what is the patient's problem? He hurt his ankle, and the doctor describes it as being swollen. So what do you think they will talk about next? Well, they might talk about how he hurt it, um, how bad the pain is, has he taken any medication for it, things like that. All right, so we're going to listen to the first half of the conversation. Um, which words do you hear and who says them, Dr. Mead or the patient? And what do the words describe? The doctor gives her diagnosis and how does she express what problem the patient has? What advice does the doctor give the patient, and what is the first thing the patient has to do? So a lot of things to listen for in that one.
Hello. How can I help you?
I've hurt my ankle. Look.
Oh, yes. It's quite swollen. What happened?
Well, I was playing basketball.
I see. Let me have a look. Did you turn quickly?
Yes, that's right. I twisted my ankle when I changed direction.
Is it very painful?
Yes, it hurts a lot.
Okay. Well, the good news is that you have a sprained ankle, not a broken ankle.
Okay, that's good.
The first step is to reduce the swelling.
All right, so how did the problem start? Well, he hurt his ankle when he was playing basketball. And the words that we heard, hurt was said by the patient. Swollen was by the doctor. Twisted, that was the patient. Let's see, painful, that was the doctor. Sprained was the doctor. Let's see, the doctor. And swelling was also the doctor. All right, so the doctor's diagnosis, she says that he has a sprained ankle, and she tells him that they have to reduce the swelling. All right, so we're going to listen to the second half of the conversation and then answer the questions.
The first step is to reduce the swelling. You need to rest, elevate your ankle, and put an ice pack on it. Do this for the next 48 hours, and it will start to return to its normal size.
Okay.
If you are in a lot of pain, you can take acetaminophen or ibuprofen.
Okay, that's good to know. Can I walk on it?
No, it's a good idea to avoid putting any weight on it. You can use crutches until it stops hurting. We have some here that you can borrow. It will probably take 2 or 3 weeks to get better.
So, I will be able to play basketball again in 2 or 3 weeks?
Well, you'll probably need to wait a little bit longer before you start playing sports again. It's a good idea to wear an ankle brace to give your ankle extra support when you do.
Okay. Thanks very much for your advice.
All right, so Dr. Mead asked the patients to do three things for the next 48 hours. Which of these does she not mention? Well, she didn't say anything about sleeping at least 7 hours a night. What will happen after 48 hours? Well, the swelling will go down. And Dr. Mead makes some suggestions. Which suggestion does she not make? Well, she didn't say anything about drinking a lot of water. All right, now we're going to try to put this conversation in order. So it starts with the doctor saying, "Hi, Mrs. Standish, what seems to be the problem today?" So see if you can figure out what would be next. All right, so if this is number one, this would probably be number two. "Good morning, doctor. I really don't feel well at all." And then what would be number three? Well, that would probably be C. "Okay," or "I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me a little more? Are you in pain?" And then number four would be F. "Yes, my back and neck hurt. They're very painful." And then E would be number five. "Oh dear, what happened?" H would be number six. "I slipped last week. There was water on the floor." And then I, "Okay, let me have a look. Does that hurt?" And finally G, "Ouch, yes, it hurts a lot." And then finally number nine, "Listen, I think I might send you for an x-ray, okay?" All right, so now you can practice using these expressions on your own. So make your own dialogue between this doctor and this patient. Um, have the patient describe what the problem is, where it hurts, maybe have the doctor ask her some questions, and then give her some advice at the end. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, or share. And if you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.